Namaste guys, welcome back to the channel No Edit Pretender where nothing is edited. So in this video, we are going to continue through mist of the smoke and the dark forest. Further observation and it says we have to wait
Let's go
until
find some
8 the
treasure.
following day. So let's make the time run to 8:40 and we will see what is observation of us. Hmm.
I
Okay,
was
so further
thinking all
observation
night
has been
about what happened
completed.
with Collei, and still can't figure out what the problem
Oh,
might be.
illness.
Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on.
Let's see what is the next mission. Chronic illness. Yesterday did not quite end so
No
well,
one's
so
joined
let's
me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go.
meet to the Tignari. Tignari.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari, what are you doing here?
I came to check on Collei's condition. To put it...
You mean she's sick? How could she be? Oh, wait a minute.
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Collei has been dealing with for some... Collei has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered... I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two...
So, Tainari,
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Collei just fell asleep at...
So we have to follow Tignari. It says here.
Alright, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Collei told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds, so just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Collei is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, well, because Collei asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Collei revealing her past. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes...
so Tainari,
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on affected areas of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immoral.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Collei seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for it. Nevertheless, Collei's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Collei over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The fatigue...
Ah, it appears you already are familiar with them. That'll save me some Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Collei and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Collei was with them. However, Collei's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Collei is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel death.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Collei's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Collei wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of...
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance. Collei once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of...
Well, it's not, though I must admit that she was interested in the work of the Forest Ranger. Her stamina has gotten... Alright, now that I've told you about Collei...
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help...
Alright, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering, like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to...
No problemo!
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as the Nilot Pala Lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilot Pala Lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. The Nilot Pala Lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Cowpelata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, and is completely... There should be Nilot Pala Lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
So now we have to find that port. This thing, I guess.
Adventure time!
Alright, we've gathered enough Nilot Pala Lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari.
Let's see.
Hey, Tainari!
Let me have a look. I'm glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari!
No,
Someone's
what
calling
they
your
think.
name! They're dressed like a...
Ah, yes, that's Amir and the others. But let's go find out what's going on.
Off we go!
Let's see what is happening.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area. So we decided to come find you as quickly as...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get it clear enough.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away.
Wait, Tainari! Why don't you let us help?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many... There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only
The
cause
withering,
nearby
you say,
vegetation
huh?
to wither...
Yes, as Amir said.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
Seems the rumors about you were true then. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave.
Let's see what is withering here.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is... Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look...
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're gonna have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved. Thank you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself, even with elemental powers. Once you ready then? Let's go.
Okay, so let's see this new thing. What is this all about?
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Branches that's turning withering zone. It says we have to collect something, the Andro thing. Like this one.
Adventure time!
Okay, this is the Dandro. One has been completed. Now for the second one.
Adventure time!
Now for the last one.
Off we go!
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
That thing, I guess. First of all, I have to kill this thing. I don't know why. They're turning in between.
Everybody stand back! You're toast!
Let's kill everyone here.
There is no escape!
Now, destroy the tumor of the withering.
We destroyed the tumor of the withering.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal.
Yes. Thanks to you two, we were able to quickly...
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but what?
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which withering zones appear has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before... If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the... This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase...
Huh? Well, why is that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in
Just
Sumeru
stop
for
talking,
millennia.
guys.
It's said
Let's
that it
move
originates from...
into the next thing.
By the way, Irminsul is a tree. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to the dendro. And as for the withering, it's a That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago, but Even those mysterious... I'm afraid we rangers... Alright, that's...
So, chronic illness. We have to go back to Crowley. There is lots of things we have to do here.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back.
The Withering Zone... Huh? Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Apacia. Yeah.
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and...
Oh, her? How can we...
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer... Needless to say, I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will it...
Let's find out. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little... But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw when you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't... Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of... My forefathers were shown much favor. Now, after seeing you when you passed
They are
out,
talking
I could
too
try
much
to
right
tell...
now. It's
That was
getting
because when... Please, wait here
so
for a moment.
lengthy. So much more to bear. Please just end quickly.
Here. Also, here's a letter that I would like... No, I should be
Just end, bro. Okay. Just teleport there. I think I can teleport there.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
I
Hello?
think
Hypatia?
we have done the
Maybe
quest.
she went